Hi everyone, it's Rita from Miss Rita to the Rescue. And you know, in all the excitement of infusible ink and the new tools for the maker, I kind of overlooked this wonderful sale that's going on now at Cricut.com. And I wanted to let you know about it. This year, in addition to the Christmas in July sale that they offer, they're having a deal of the day. Each day, a new deal will appear, and I'm not 100% certain, but I think most deals are under $30. Today's deal is going to be different, obviously, tomorrow, but today's deal happens to be some Mickey Mouse paper and some great vinyl. It's a really nice mix, and you do get quite a bit for the $30 or $29.99. But did you also know that you can use my special link and code to receive an additional 10% off and free shipping as long as your order comes to $50 or more? This is the retail, okay? And what's great about this is that it includes sale items. For instance, all of the Christmas in July items have like materials are 50% off, and there are also some machines that are very nicely priced as well. But I just want to focus on materials because who doesn't need materials, to be honest? So I wanted to give you some suggestions on what you might consider to fill up your basket to be 50% off. First and foremost, because I'm a paper crafter mostly, I wanted to point out some of these fabulous scrapbook pads. I don't want to call them pads. Packages, maybe. These are, I think they retail for like over $10 and more, but they're as 50% off. You can get some pretty amazing paper to work with your machine or to just do scrapbooking. Now I want to point out here that these are double-sided pages, and they are not paper, even though the title is paper. They are fairly thick and double-sided, and what I like most about them is that they're not like glued into a pad with a bunch of paper that I'm not going to use. These are all very useful to items to be used in crafting, especially with the Cricut. So these are all available. There's, oh, I don't know, dozens, literally dozens of them available on Cricut.com. There includes some name designers. This one's Natalie Milan, and it has bugs on it, which is kind of fun. It's fun for the summertime. The bugs, where are the bugs? Here are the bugs. No, there's the bugs. And then of course, you know, you've got the Anna Griffin stuff, the very elegant Anna Griffin stuff, but also other ones that are seasonal and just put together. There's a really great selection, so do check that out. How about some other items? Here are a few items that I think have not been featured all that much, but are pretty cool to work with. This one here is craft board. I have shown you a little bit of craft board before. This one happens to be the foil kind, and I forget, this one is the metals. It's called metals. So it's great. Craft board is thick. There's a special setting. It will cut on both your Explorer and your Maker. It's a great product, and the foil. Who can go wrong with foil, right? So that's called craft board. Now the next thing up is chipboard, and there are two different styles of chipboard. This one is 1.5 millimeters, and this one is 2.0 millimeters. This one happened also to be, where is it? This one happens to be decorated, which is kind of cool, but look at how thick. This is like nearly like basswood, which is a wood, but not a wood, but it's made from, it's called chipboard. And obviously this is the 1.5, and this is the 2, meaning the 2.0 is thicker. I mean, seriously thick. Like you could make something like really long lasting, perhaps a clock. I know I use some of this for the background for my clock. And as we're speaking of wood, this is basswood, also available at Cricut.com. There are 2 different sizes. This is a 12 by 16 size, and there's 11 by 11, and they again are 50% off. So if you've always wanted to try this product, I've actually used it. It's really fun. I have done it in my Maker. I have not done it in my Explore. I think what I'll do is I'll experiment and get back to you on how it works in the Explore. I know it will work in the Explore. I just have only done it with my Maker. Then there are some pretty awesome these are called paper. Now see, this is where I get a little bit confused in the name, because this is called True Brushed, which I love. It's kind of like the True Brushed adhesive vinyl, but it's paper. Well, it's something. I wouldn't call it paper. Paper to me is thin. This is pretty thick, but it's fun. It's great for details on your projects. For example, for a card, this one here is the Elegant Selection, which is like reds and golds and black. Oh, how cool is that? And then to finish up, there are a couple of really interesting things that, hey, if you need to make that requirement, throw them in. It's fun to play with them. And that would be, for instance, something like this. This is corrugated cardboard. Now, I want to point out with the corrugated cardboard, it is called a set. Okay, corrugated cardboard Brights sampler set, right? So do not expect this whole thing to be corrugated cardboard, because it's not. There are some flat cardboards, and here's a flat piece, and then there's a matching corrugated piece. Now I've used this corrugated, and it's really fun, and it makes your things, especially if you're doing flat projects, makes them pop really nicely. For those of you that are Maker users, I can highly recommend the following. This is a leather, which the Maker cuts like butter. And then this one here, which is really interesting, it's called foil acetate. There's actually 2 or more sets. This one is the Bejeweled set, and this one is the Pinpoint sampler. But I guess what I really like about them is that they make really cool boxes, you know, especially if you're using your Maker, the scoring. It makes like these really cool boxes, and I'll come back and show you what those look like. But I do want to point out that each sheet of these acetate, foil acetate, has like a protective coating on it. So when you cut it, you're going to want to take that off so that it cuts all the way through, and it scores all the way through. So I hope I've given you some ideas on things to fill up your cart to meet the 50% off. I'm sorry, to meet the $50 for an order. Don't forget to use my link and my code, and you'll get free shipping and an additional 10% off. So fill up, you know, whether it's the daily deal or trying out some of these really cool, new and interesting items. You know, just fill it up as long as it's $50 or more, and then there'll be the discount and the free shipping with that. So you might end up spending, you know, less than $50, but you have to get the minimum, your subtotal up to the 50 before the percentage off and the free shipping is applied. So just note that, okay? And thanks so much for coming by today. To later on, I think later on today maybe, I'm going to be showing you a project that I use the new Maker perforation tool with. It's so cute. So I just wanted to let you know that you should stay tuned. If you aren't already a follower of my Facebook page or my YouTube channel, please consider following. You don't want to miss some of the stuff that's going on, and also don't want to miss my giveaways. I have one going on right now, so check that out as well. Thanks so much for coming and watching today, and we'll see you again really soon.